You're watching SBoyTV.
All right, who we got on the backdrop right now, man? Go ahead and introduce yourself to me.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Fetti Fuego, a local artist out of Southfield, man. Just glad to be here.
Yeah, out of Southfield.
Out of Southfield, man.
Hey, man, touch on Southfield just real quick, just for the people, because they act like Detroit is the only city here in Michigan. So.
Yeah, you know, man, Southfield really was like 10 minutes down from Detroit. I don't know how to explain it, bro. It's a boring town.
Oh, hold on now, sir.
You know it.
I didn't appreciate that at all.
Hey, man, there don't be nothing to do but just go out to a Coney, for real.
No, I feel that, though. I can't even deny certain things about the city right now, so we're working on that.
You know what? It's cool, though. I like walking down the city sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Okay, so you grew up in Southfield?
Yeah, I grew up in Southfield. I was born out in Detroit, moved around maybe like around 3. I moved out to Southfield, and that's where my parents wanted to take me out there. So my whole life I've been growing up in the city.
Okay. So what was that experience like for you growing up there, man?
Honestly, it's been fine, chill. You know, it's nothing really like my parents. They both grew up in Detroit, and they didn't want me to be around that environment necessarily. You know, like there was a lot of shit that was going down when I was just a baby out there. So they wanted to move me out to a more safer area and just, you know, more chill, we're more diverse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty cool.
Now, did you think that helped you in your creative journey?
That's a good question. I would say no.
Mm.
But then again, yeah, I would say it's more about the people I met than the city itself. I kind of do get this vibe of like, one thing that always inspires me is like grunge music. And like a lot of those upcoming bands are always in this local folk town areas type. So I always kind of like resonate with that. I feel like this city is just like, it just feels kind of small when there's like a bigger world out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely would say it could bring some inspiration for me to go out and venture more to see what else is out there. So
Yeah.
yes and no.
All right, I like that. That was a great response.
I appreciate it, man.
You ready for it?
Hey, hey.
All right, so when did the music element come in for you then?
Bro, so a fun fact that a lot of people don't believe is I got into music maybe like around 10 or 11. I didn't know anything about rap music really. Like if I heard a song, wouldn't know who did it, I'll just sing to it, you know? And I used to have a short buzz cut. My mom used to take me to this Jewish guy and he used to cut it all off. So people always say I look like Slim Shady. I didn't know who the fuck Slim Shady was. So they always had me do the hook, like, you know, the hi, my name is, I didn't know how the flow went. So I'm just saying like, hey, my name is Slim Shady. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you killing the whole song.
Yeah. So like pretty much after that, like I wanted to dive real deep into music as a whole. So the next like till now, like I just been looking up every type of artist, every type of genre to really like, you know, understand what the fuck was going on back then. Cause I didn't know nothing about music really. So now it's like, I feel like I know a lot about music.
Yeah.
So it's crazy just how like, when I first heard some rap music, I just fell in love with it.
Okay.
So around that time.
So it's safe to say you're a music historian at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I can definitely get down with anybody on what you want to talk about. You know.
All right, so who's the top 5 greatest artists to ever live?
Oh, we talking about any genre? That's a crazy question to bring.
Yeah.
To ever live? What the fuck?
Yep.
I'm gonna go off my preference. I would say Michael Jackson. That's a safe one though. You know, I feel like Jimi Hendrix is I think he's starting to get around that time where people kind of forget about his talent. I think he's an amazing artist and one of the greatest to ever like pick up a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Other bands, this is crazy. I'm a big fan of Queen with Freddie Mercury. I think his songwriting skills are just top tier talent. His presence on the stage was amazing. He's one of my inspirations on taking that part up. I would say definitely him too. Man, it's a lot of people, man.
You said you is a music historian.
I am, man, but damn, I'm about to say Beethoven, man. What you mean?
Do it.
We still playing his shit. Beethoven and Mozart.
Okay. All right. You did really good.
Yeah.
You did really good with that.
Appreciate it.
No, that's dope. We had to get that right quick for the record, man. So I do see you with a guitar a lot, man. So
Yeah.
Did you ever get into like being with a band or think about starting your own one? Like,
there were like a little bit of fantasies here and there about it, but not necessarily. I just picked up the guitar over COVID time, and I tried to early on, when I was like 10, my dad plays the guitar. So like I kind of got inspired by him a few times, but it was just a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And then just, yeah, over COVID time, I was bored. I wanted to pick up an instrument. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna learn the guitar, you know?
Yeah.
So I never thought about getting into a band. I probably wouldn't because like I'm just not that good. I'm not gonna be good enough to catch up for that. But I would be cool to like play some tunes with people like here and there though.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
2020. That was a time I feel like nobody will ever forget.
No, they won't.
Like,
shit, I won't.
If you went through that, you remember it.
I feel like you either had the best time or the worst time of your life at that year. So yeah, it's real crazy. Like it's something we're not gonna forget.
Yeah, so when you first picked up that guitar, right? Was you like how trash was it, the first one?
I was pretty bad. Like
graded 1 to 10.
I'll probably give it a 2. I say a 2 because I kind of knew what to do. I just didn't know how to do it. So,
Right.
you know, I knew how to hold like certain strings down and play it, but it's just like, it sounded like shit. So, you know, I actually got pretty decent at playing chords though. So I think a little determination on that. I came out pretty well. I think if I really put my foot down, I can learn some shit real quick.
Let them know.
Definitely.
You feel me? Let them know. I will get your top 5 guitarists, but I'm gonna let you slide today. Okay.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So, how would you describe the type of music that you make?
So, I would say the main type of music I've been getting into lately has been a mixed element of rock and rap. So I've been getting like real experimental with a lot of sounds. And honestly, it's just whatever comes to my mind that day. Like I have a lot of different moods. Sometimes I'm in the mood just for some lyrical rap. Other times I want to do more rock music. Maybe I want to try a little bit of R&B. It's really whatever mood I'm in for. So I don't think I have an exact genre that I stick in, but my style definitely is rap.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah.
So what mood were you in for your track Rage?
Okay, yeah. So I dropped Rage.
Because who pissed you off? Just let us know. We really just need a quick story time.
Hey, man.
Who made you mad?
Hey, man.
Let the world know.
So man, when I got into the rock elements a lot, I love the whole scream that they do on there. I think it's a very underrated, maybe not underrated, but underappreciated talent. And I can see why it turns off a lot of people. You know, some people just don't like the whole scream thing. But me, I felt like when I first did it, it really let out a lot of anger that I had in me. I'm a very chill, mellow dude, so I hold in a lot of things. You know, I don't really let people know about my problems. I keep it all in. So normally when I get into making rock music, I tend to go to the scream side of it, and it's been therapeutic. So I've been enjoying that.
You think I should try it?
Yeah, why not? There's definitely like be safe with, you know, screaming. You don't want to mess up your voice and all that, which is why I say there's an art into it, man. Like people, like you really have to train your voice into scream, you know, can't just belt it all out like that, you know, but I would say definitely dabble into it. You know, you ain't got to be like piercing your lungs, but definitely try it, man. You might like it.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Rage Room that they have here?
Yeah, we actually been to one.
Okay.
I've been to it a couple years ago, and it was pretty therapeutic, smashing shit. You know, it was pretty.
That should
cool.
be like their theme song.
Yeah. Actually, I think that gave me a little bit of inspiration after that because I made the song maybe like within that same month.
Yeah.
And like in the video, I wanted to do a Rage Room style, so I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just go outside and break some shit."
Yeah. Yeah, I
Stuff
see
like
you
that.
chose the PS2 it was.
Yeah, man.
Vintage.
I have nothing against PS2s. I love PS2s.
Yeah,
that one
that hurt my heart. I'm like, that's like what I like.
Hey, it hurt my heart too. I'm a big fan of PS2s. That one didn't work on me, so fuck it.
Like,
I just smashed it,
You could have just
man.
did an Xbox or something. Like,
Hey, I love my Xbox too, man. I'm
You can't be both. You got to be Xbox or PlayStation.
Funny story, man. So when I was a kid, all my friends had PlayStations, and I was like, fuck it, I need to get the game system. I'm like 6. So I go to Toys R Us with my dad, and I'm over here just playing around with all the toys, and my dad yells like, hey, you want an Xbox or a PlayStation? In my head, I'm thinking he's saying, you want it in a box? So I said, yeah, Pops, go get that box.
Oh,
so
no.
I go home and I crack it open. It's an Xbox. And I say, hey, what the fuck is this? Where the PS2 at? But you know what? I got so much childhood memories with that Xbox. I got to pick it over the PlayStation 2. But the PlayStation 2 is better.
Okay.
I got to go that. It's got better games.
Yeah, but you chose to smash it. Whatever. All right, so man, I like your beat choices, man. How do you go about that? Because I feel like it's a very unique beat choice that you always
Definitely.
kind of get off
And
with?
I say it comes to the part of like the historian side of knowing a lot of artists. I go off of YouTube a lot. I got a couple producers that I hit up for it.
Mhm.
And it's pretty much I try to look up the most abstract kind of artists, like the ones that most people don't tend to look up. And really it's just like a whole bunch of trial and errors, clicking on beats and seeing what works, what doesn't work kind
Yeah.
of thing. So
Okay.
I definitely, yeah.
Now you had a few performances, right?
Yeah, I've done a few. I've been getting more into it this year, trying to get more productive with performing.
How do you like that?
It's been great. I've been actually having a lot of people. They've been fucking with the music I've been giving them out there, and I'm trying to get more comfortable into having a stage present out there. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
Especially like I feel like because you said you hold a lot of your emotions in. And I
Mhm.
feel like on stage, especially like even if you go about a rage record, you kind of gotta like break the stage. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you
exactly,
kind of just gotta lose your mind in there. You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
man.
So like you gotta show that emotion just on the stage presence tip. So
Yeah, definitely,
yeah, that's
definitely.
dope. Okay, so you've been receiving a good response from the audience.
Yeah, so far it's been good. When I get on the stage, I'm a different person. You know, I'm more outspoken. I'm more deliverance to it. And it's just like trying to work with a Detroit crowd. It's always 50-50. You know, most people don't want to move around or anything like that. So I feel like I get at least half the crowd to do it. I came out with a dub to
Yeah.
me because, you know, getting at least half the people to move that I seen haven't moved at all to the last three performers,
Yeah.
it makes me feel good.
Yeah, we
So,
had an artist on here. He said Detroit crowd is like if they like it, they might not even do nothing. They just listen and say,
yeah,
"Oh yeah,
exactly,
that was
exactly.
hard." Like
Yeah,
you're not at a listening party,
yeah,
bro. Like
exactly,
you're at
man.
a performance. You're at a show. It's a concert. Like
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's definitely a tough crowd out here
yeah.
for sure.
Okay, so even going into that, like, how did you avoid going into the? Because you said rap, right?
Mhm.
And Detroit rap is like the biggest thing here. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
yeah,
This area.
yeah.
And you clearly have like a whole nother sound, a whole nother approach. Were you ever worried about being received like from the people here?
Yes and no. It took me a minute to really get into the scream side of it because, you know, like I said, it's off-putting to a lot of people, and especially in the Detroit scene. Like you said, it's the Detroit song. That's what everybody's like loves to hear and all of that.
Right.
So even the people that do like my song, it's more of like, you know, it's not something that they're still gonna play.
Mhm.
So the way that I go about it is I want at least people to say like, you know, I like this song. It's just like something not for me because at least I can understand that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do try to put it off for like, oh, this isn't like, you know, the Detroit sound and all of that. Which again, I mean, I can really dive into it because punk music originated in Detroit.
Talk about it.
A group of three black men who originally were a funk group decided to add more of the rebellious rock style into their sound. And they go by the band Def.
Mm.
And this was around, can't remember exactly the year. I want to say around the 80s or 70s.
Mm.
And yeah, it originated in Detroit and they make punk music. So punk music comes from Detroit.
Mm.
So technically it's a Detroit sound. And I
Man.
kind of want to bring that sound to Detroit, man. I want to make it real resonate throughout here because people
Yeah.
think like British, think the UK when they hear punk, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, shit, we got Motown Records here.
Oh, yeah, I'm
You
gonna
know?
make sure we put music historian in the title for you. Cause you just draw some free game for him. You know
Hey,
what I'm
free
saying?
game, man. We
Yeah.
can, yeah, like I said, man, chop it up about anything.
Yeah. All right. So I like your cover arts a lot. Like,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
are you the mind behind that?
I am the mind behind that. Yeah, it's just I suck at drawing.
Okay.
But I always know exactly how I want it to look. So I go to like again trial and error, search through a lot of people who do art styles and drawing because I really want all my projects to have more of a cartoon drawing in it. I don't really personally want to have myself in it. I don't know. It's just something like that. Something I want to go with. So I always write out a game plan, an idea. I always want my songs that go on those covers to match everything.
Mhm.
And yeah, pretty much just spell it out for them. That way they can come back with me with, you know, the product.
I like how you being intentional.
Yeah.
Like that's next level right there.
Oh, thank you.
And that goes into my next question. Don't steal my answer because I just gave you one. But what advice would you give to an up and coming artist just from things that you experienced? Don't say be intentional. That won't be fair.
Definitely, bro. Like I get that question from a lot of people who wanna, I guess like I've tried to inspire to
Mhm.
come out with. And I always tell them, bro, like I know it's kind of cliche. Be yourself. Don't give a fuck what people think. And really like just know that you're going to have tough times to overcome, you know, but it's up to your determination to pull through and like really better yourself, you know? So when you hear tough criticism, instead of pushing it off, getting mad about it. Try to understand where they're coming from with it. And then maybe you say, you know what, I could work on that. Or you know what, that's fine. You don't have to like it. So
Right.
I would definitely give that to people.
All right, I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick. So when it comes to like not caring what people think, isn't that a little more challenging considering like this is things that you want people to listen to, you want
Exactly.
people to share,
Yeah,
play it in their car,
Yeah.
receive you.
definitely. I think there's a crowd for anything.
Mm.
No matter what artist you can pull up, there's going to be some people that you just don't like and don't see, but they have a following. So that's why I would say, like, obviously you have to care what people think, because I realize that too. Like,
But how do you balance that though? Because in a way, you kind of shouldn't care too much because it'll throw you off your square.
definitely know your crowd is the main thing. Like, don't come to a Detroit performance on the East Side 7 Mile trying to perform fucking some alternative, music, like some like, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously you're not going to get received good. Like,
Right.
but if you go out to maybe look for some Royal Oak performances or something like that, you might find a crowd out there. And it's like I said, just take everything with a grain of salt. Don't take it too personal, but take it to develop and evolve yourself.
Yeah. I like that because it seemed like you just understand it. Like it's a level of peace you reach.
I went through a lot to get to that
Okay,
point, man.
all right.
I've submitted music to a lot of people, and I've been shitted on harshly. And I thought,
Okay.
like, damn, I want to quit. But I took it, and I actually, ran with it
Right.
as
Okay.
inspiration.
That's good, man. Because the peace is everything, bro. You reaching that level because it's really it's being creative, bro. And
Exactly.
like the worst part is like people's opinions can really take you all the way out of your own creativity.
Exactly.
saying?
I
So-
feel like if people talk about it, you're doing something right then. I'd rather get talked about in a bad way than not talked at all.
Are you giving them too much game, bro? Like
Yeah,
that,
you
that's
know
enough.
what?
That's enough.
We
That's
ain't,
enough.
that's enough
That's
talking,
enough.
man.
That's
Let's
enough.
wrap this
Put
up.
that in the song or something, right? All right. So, what can we expect from you for the rest of this year?
I'm planning on dropping as much as I can. I want to do at least 2 more tapes. I have a rock tape that I've been working on where the rage is going to be on, and the song I'm about to perform for you guys is going to be on. So hopefully I can get that dropping at least by the end of this year. I feel like it's a fall tape aesthetic to it. So I plan on doing that. I got a EP of trap metal music. That's that scream over rap beats that I'm doing with a producer that I know. I got a couple collab tapes I'm working on. Just generally, I'm trying to at least try to get 2 more tapes out for the year.
Yeah.
And just keep on performing for people.
I like it,
Do
man.
some connections, definitely.
We excited to see, man. We're gonna keep watching you. Let people know where they can follow you at so they can stay connected.
All right,
with
so
you too.
any platform, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, follow me at Fetti Fuego _. FETTIFUEGO _.
Let them know how to pronounce it again.
Fetti Fuego, not Fuigi, not Fuego.
Get 'em. Get them.
Not Fetti. Fetti. All right, you can just call me Fetti. You ain't got to say the last name.
All right, man. We out.
All right.